being. They need happiness. Why? Everyone, from the highest man to the lowest animal, is seeking happiness. The answer has been given in the Veda. We seek happiness because our Creator, our very source, is happiness. Just suppose out of sugar you have created something, you have prepared something, it will be sweet only. Out of salt, if you have made something, it will be salty. Why? Because the source is salty, because the source is sweet. Similarly, our source is happiness, so we always demand happiness. Always try to get happiness. If we ask question why we need happiness, because of this, because our source, the Creator, is full of happiness. We will find that afterwards, in all religion and all philosophy, they're telling what is God is full of happiness. The God has created this universe. And what is God? Happiness. So obviously this universe is also happy, should be happy. Then when we are not getting, we are unhappy. So this is called Anandeva khalu imani bhutani jayante. It says in the Upanishad, Anandev eva, Anandeva. Anand is happiness. Eva, only from that happiness. Khalu, verily. Anandeva khalu imani, this, bhutani, beings, jayante, they are born. All this being, they were born only from the happiness. So obviously we like to become happy. So that is the main answer to the question why we want happiness. So here everything has been created out of Ananda. And what is that Ananda? Brahman, another name of the Ananda. And when they call it as a Brahman, Anandam Brahmano Vidwan. No, Vidwan means no. Ananda is Brahman. So how, after experimenting this, they are telling why a person is seeking happiness everywhere, every time, every moment. Whatever you do only for the happiness. So naturally, what is the cause of it? What is the psychological? If they are the psychologist, if they like to answer, what is the psychology? Then they will say something, we'll come to that, the scientific reason, that they say because of this, because of that, but it is, the Vedanta is very clear. No, because of a source, the Creator is like this, that's why. If you make something out of steel, it will be steel only, very hard. You cannot expect softness out of that. So whatever is the main source, so obviously it will be like that. The human being is made of Ananda, happiness. So this. And that Ananda is termed as Brahman. What is that? Brahman is a big word. And all the time, the whole Hinduism is depending on this word Brahman. Brahman means all pervading consciousness. What is the meaning of the Brahman? All pervading consciousness. That's why they never say he or she. They always address Brahman as it. So, all pervading consciousness, again in the Taittiriya Upanishad it says, this Brahman is the source of joy. Raso Vaisaha. Rasa means joy. Rasa means the liquid. The literal meaning of the rasa is liquid. Raso Vaisaha. This is rasa. Rasa means again Ananda. This is a source of joy. Anandam, Rupam, Amritam, Yad Vibhati. Anandam is joy, Rupam, Amritam. Amritam means eternal. Rupam, all that you see, all the manifestation in different names and form. And now, in the modern times, it has become very easy to explain the Brahman. The Brahman is always present in everything, though the names and forms are different. How? So I will always give this example. If you look at the different sizes of the bulbs, there is a tube, another is a round-shaped bulb, another these, another that, so many very different varieties. And there will be different color also. The names are different, looks or forms are different, all are different. If you go to a shop and ask for, you're thinking to purchase a tube light, but asking for a bulb, they will give you a bulb, not a tube. And you go, why? I need a tube. Well, you say them, the tube. In America sometimes, the new people, I always phrase it like this. If you go to a shop, you must know what for you are going there. Exactly. They don't have time because people in the queue. So you have to read the board fast and you have to decide what you are going to purchase. In our country it is easy. Hey, give me a cup of tea, and they give you a cup of tea. They're easy because only tea is available. But there is no variety. No variety. Yes, so many varieties. You cannot simply go and say, give me a cup of coffee. And coffee, the hundreds varieties. Cappuccino, these, that, so many varieties. What type of coffee? Then what type of coffee? Coffee anyway. Then you read, and not only the name, along with that the rate also, the value. Oh, this is 2.75. Okay, cappuccino. So you go for that. You don't know what actually you are going to get, but you have to understand the name. Then the form will be different. Cappuccino will be different form, more foam than the coffee, and you are deprived of coffee. So you are going on sucking, and only you get a little. So these are the things that you must know what you are going to have. Here also, the different varieties you go and you try to purchase, you have to specifically say the name of it. And then only that type of variety you can get. The Nama and Rupa, everything. The moment they discover, the astrologers, they are discovering some star somewhere, immediately they give a name. Every road is either having a name or a number. Without the number of name, with the name, nothing can be, because we cannot identify without the name and form. It must be. Otherwise it is very difficult. So name and form, this Jagat is nothing but the name and form. Now the question is, out of all these names and forms, there is one thing common. So many varieties of bulbs are there. Even the electrical apparatuses, all this, maybe a fan, maybe other electronic things, electrical things. In all these there is one thing common. What is that? Electricity. If there is no electricity, no bulb is going to work. Nothing is going to work. The electricity is common. Similarly, he is from America, he is from Japan, he is from Pakistan, he is from India. All names and forms are different. But inside all of us, there is one thing common. What is that? Consciousness, which we call as life. The life, that is consciousness, is common. If that is not there, everybody is dead. All the bodies are dead. It may be a very fair looking or not, educated or uneducated, rich and poor, doesn't matter at all. All the epithets, adjectives that we give to that particular person or the body, or the nama, or the rupa, is nothing. So that is the reason we have to go to the source. Out of the same sweet that they make, they are giving different type of shapes. The cookies they prepare, different shapes, but the same thing actually. Sometimes less sweet, sometimes more sweet, sometimes different colors, sometimes different sizes. But actually the cookies. The same way, all these names and forms, they're very, very deluding because so many millions varieties. And everything is different than others. Each and everything is different. But still one thing is very common. See, that is the beauty of that rishis. I don't know whether they were having the machines or not, the apparatuses or not to examine. Only from the mind. They're simply sitting under a tree, closing their eyes and going on scratching their head and coming out with some truth. So they used to go down to their mind and coming out while thinking. And the deep thought, that's called philosophical thought. Who am I? You're asking. And so many people, they're asking, who am I? Raman Maharshi, he always used to inspire, go and search for this, answer to this question, who am I? Then I told you perhaps that funny thing that happened to me. I went to somebody's house, I was sitting in the room, then they went inside to prepare some food for me, or tea, coffee. Then one little girl came, she was playing somewhere, she came suddenly and saw me sitting over there, smart. She asked me, who are you sitting in our... So I told that is the answer I am going on searching. Who am I? And she took it very seriously. She looked at me like this and then concerned, went inside, perhaps discussed with her mother, came back, and with all seriousness was asking, can't you remember your name even? Then we could try to find out your... So this is the, who am I? I have a body, form, I have a name, and that is the identification. Wherever you go in the modern world, you need an identification. You have paid the money, you have purchased the ticket, but they won't allow you to go and boarding. You have to show the identification. I always use this cap. You know why? Because this is my identification. So sometimes I am wearing the guru or sometimes the western dress. So the person who is verifying, he doesn't look at my body, he looks at my cap. The same cap, okay. Because in the picture, the same cap. So immediately they are, okay, go ahead. So that is easy. Some identification, they call it signature nowadays, something spatial, identified. So this, what is that? Identification, only external. And what is inside? Is a consciousness. And that consciousness, Hinduism, they give more and more stress on that consciousness. Anandam, Rupam, Amritam, Yat Vibhati. Whatever that you see is nothing but the manifestation of the Ananda. This is a beautiful way. And Swami Vivekananda, he is slowly taking us to that truth. He said, happiness belongs to him who knows oneness. This oneness. Happiness belongs to him who knows this oneness. What is this oneness? This Atman, this soul, this consciousness that he is. He knows, who knows he is one with this universe. He is not telling only the world, the universe, anything, anywhere that you see is nothing but the manifestation of the same consciousness. And that is the unique idea, the unique thing. The more and more the science is advancing, more they are closing to this truth. Everything is nothing but the manifestation of the one. In one place, Vivekananda is telling that what is the goal of chemistry? To find out only one solution from which everything has come. The goal of physics, one matter from which everything has come. And now they are going on researching, millions of dollars they're spending to research. What happened? They say that the whole universe was created from a big boom. So obviously, once again, they're trying to enact that, what type of reactions comes. They're trying. One of our devotee is a very good, very, very intelligent boy in the physics. He's in the team. So he is also working over there. It's a very, very scientific way, with a lot of people, they're calculating, and there are so many things are going on. Only to understand where from we came. So here the Hindus, they say, from Brahman, from consciousness. The moment one sees one among many, unity in diversity, he becomes free from the duality. And he gets the permanent happiness. The moment there is a duality, the two, so naturally you are not completely free. In the morning that jokingly we were discussing, the married person and the monk. The monk is very happy, he can go anywhere he likes, nobody is dictating. But as a married person, if he is putting on a shirt, immediately the wife in the back will say, why you are putting on this shirt? Change that. Is it? Okay, then he is changing. He has no freedom. And if he is going to apply the freedom, there will be a lot of quarrel. Then the neighbors will have to come to say, to decide, no, this dress is all right for him. Please at least go, otherwise you will miss the flight. So, on that way, all the time, you are in that. And you liked it. Somebody is good. And obviously, even for the monk, there are some miserable conditions sometimes. When you come back home, then you say, oh my God, nothing is there. I have to wash the vegetable, prepare this, then only I can eat. But a married man, his food is ready. He just opens the freezer and gets everything. So this way, good and bad is always there present. But here they say, oneness you have to see. What is that oneness? Yes, whatever you see, oneness. Summarizing the teachings of Vedanta, Swami Vivekananda said, the ultimate goal of human life is not happiness. It is freedom. We are talking and thinking about the happiness. It's only temporary and depending on something else. So Vivekananda is taking us one step ahead, and the final step, what is that? He says freedom. I don't want happiness even. So that is the condition. When we can see that? When you are in that. So they said, the real happiness is not in the senses, but above senses. And it is in every man. That is the positive way. In every man that possibility is there. He or she can become the source of happiness. The Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, the God realization is the goal of every human being. And what is that God realization? Becoming completely happy, the source of happiness. And that's why yesterday I was telling the monks, they are supposed to be the source of happiness. And the source of happiness means you have to go beyond the senses. Because the sense objects are always temporary. Now these are the things that we have already discussed yesterday, mentioned. There are two things, two entities, very clear. One is Vyavaharika, this external thing that's going on. Another is Paramarthika. Now when we say that we are Atman, we are free from anything, no demand is there. then why you are feeling hungry? Why you go for food? Why you need a shelter? Why you need clothing? Why you need so many other things? Sometimes some people, they try to do this way, like this Jains monks are there. Within the Jain monks, there are two groups. One is Svetambara, another is Digambara. Digambara Jains, they say, I am not going to take anything from anyone. I am born free and I am going to give up the die free. They will go and sit under a fruit-bearing tree and will wait. When from the tree, the fruit will fall automatically, even he is not ready to pluck the fruit. Then only he will pick it up and eat. When he is so hungry, he will be waiting for the fruit to fall, otherwise he won't take. He won't move, fearing that whenever he is stepping, there may be some insects I am going to kill. Is it possible in the practical life? Very, very impossible. So naturally, they have to live in the jungles, away from the community, away from the social life. Very few they can be there. They also need a little bit of medicine. If there is no medicine, they will die early. So all the things are there. It is not that very, very practical. So there is one Vyavaharika. Vyavaharika means this temporary, this is called Jagat. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, when you are going out, you must have that proper dress, a proper bearing, so that when you go out, you are just like other people. That's why the Ramakrishna Mission Swamis, they don't hesitate to put on the Western dress. Because we are not supposed to change the dress, but no problem. Because the sannyasa is not in the dress, sannyasa in the mind only. It is all giving up. Ahamkara, what you are giving up? Your ego. So obviously that is called sannyasa, giving up. Samyak, nyasa, sannyasa. Samyak, completely, nyasa, giving up. What? The dress? The food? No. It is only the ego. When you give up the ego, so consciously you have to proceed. And that is called Paramarthika way. But Vyavaharika, just like others. So that is called absolute existence, temporary existence. One is Paramarthika, another is Vyavaharika. One is called Brahman, another is called Jagat. So these are the two, same thing, but the two different existences are there. And in a Sanskrit verse, it has been said in a very nice way. They are giving always the definition, so that people can always remember. They say, Asti, Bhati, Priyam. Three. Asti, Bhati and Priyam. And then say another two. Rupam, Namam, Chetamsa, Panchakam. Pancha means five. What are the five? These five. Out of the five, first three is Brahman. Out of the five, the first three, Paramarthika. Out of the five, this first three, absolute existence. What are those things? Asti. Asti means existence. Constantly there, never changes. The history changes, pages of the geography changes, sociology changes. But God can never change. So the real religion can never change. The spirituality cannot change. And that is why it says existence, knowledge and bliss, ananda. Asti, bhati, priyam. Existence, knowledge, bliss. Again they say, they are given another three names, Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat means the existence. Chit means the knowledge. Ananda, the bliss. These are the three special qualities that is more prominent in human being. You always, Everyone, every being wants to live. Even an ant, if you like to go and kill, the ant will try its best to save its life. We may think, oh my God, the life of an ant, this is terrible. Let it die, let it pass this life and go for the higher life. But ant is thinking, no, I am happy. So naturally, the ant, right from that consciousness there, I want to survive. No one wants to die. Never. If you go to the hospices, the people that were there waiting for the death, even they will say something miraculous will happen, Swamiji, I am going to be all right. Something miraculous will surely happen, I am going to be all right. Everyone likes to be survived. One person came to me and he was telling, the doctors told another 3 months maximum. In the brain, the cancer is coming, all these things. So, he's going out, but very energetic person. He went and taking the goodbye to all people whom he know. So then he was telling, some miraculous thing may happen. He may survive. There's no problem. Sometimes that happened and that's the problem. One Swamiji, those are all funny things. So suddenly, when he was meditating, he felt that he will die and die within a few days. So he declared, I am going to die perhaps on such and such day. Then all other, Swamis are all the time there, they don't bother about the death and all those things. There is a change of the body, next body will go and so they said, is it? Then why didn't you give Bhandara? Bhandara means you give a party. So you are going to die, it's a good thing. Then okay. So jokingly. And whatever the pranami, the people they give to the monks, they can keep for their personal uses. He spent the whole money, but he didn't die. Then afterwards he came and told, I give back all my money. So that is the whole funny thing sometimes happen, but sometimes it is true. The Swami Prabhavananda ji here in Hollywood, the founder of the Southern California Vedanta Society, he told, I am going to pass on such and such day. Exactly on that day, he passed away. He knew that I am going to. Swami Vivekananda also. Sometimes some people can say like that. So that is a different thing. But the asti, everyone wants to survive in the live. Bhati, the knowledge, we want to know everything. And that is why the curiosity is so much. Curiosity kills the cat, they say. So constantly you are curious. They like to know why this. Because it is there. Even in the animals you will find, the little puppies, they are all the time curious. What is this? What is that? They will go. And the mothers, the dogs and the bitches, they'll be coming and taking them away. Because the curiosity. The human children, curiosity. Because the basis is that. How we could say that our creator is Brahman? Because of this. The Brahman is, we can at the best, those who have realized Brahman, at the best they could give this idea about the Brahman, Asti Bhati Priya. More than that they could not explain. It's not possible because it is beyond time, space and causation. If you want to explain anything, you have to come within these three. Within this time, cause and this. So that is why beyond all these three is the Brahman. And they told it is only Asti Bhati Priya. These three things are there. Another two are there left. Nama and Rupa. And that is called Jagat. So how perfect they are when they are giving. These are the opinions they gave so thousands of years before. You can imagine the condition of the human being at that time. But they were so advanced. They could understand everything. How? By reading books? Went to the library? No. They never consulted anything with anyone. They only consulted their mind. They went deep down. That means all the source of knowledge is there within us. Sri Ramakrishna never attended the school. this knowledge came to him. And the great people who were having the university education, they could not stand before him. Where from this knowledge came? From within. And that is the nature. So they are telling the two things only. One is Nama and Rupa, another is Asti, Bhati and Priya. Asti means what? Existence. And Bhati? Knowledge. And Priyam?
Bliss. Dear.
That is actually bliss. The Priyam means bliss, Ananda. Ananda. Priya means Ananda. The Asti, Bhati, Priya. These are three Paramarthika. If you don't remember, it's all going above the head, it is of no use. If you can remember, then only you know a basic of Hinduism, a great philosophy. Only two things, permanent, impermanent, Paramarthika and Vyavaharika. So one is Paramarthika, Vyavaharika. What is the Paramarthika? Three. Asti, Bhati, Priyam. Sat, Chit, Ananda. And that is why it is Brahman. What is Vyavaharika? That is Jagat, this universe. What is Jagat? Only two things, Nama and Rupa, name and form. So whatever you see over here has a name and a form. The moment there is no name, people are immediately there. Oh my God, this thing I never saw. They will go, and nowadays it is so easy. The best way to know, Google search. You go to Google, Google knows everything. Then you will say. Sometimes we see the weeds, we don't know the name, we have not seen before. Why this light? Immediately they will take a photo and then send it to, and somebody will reply, this is this, etc., etc. So the name and form. If there is no name, immediately they will give a name or number, some identity. So this is called Jagat. Swami Vivekananda, he gave another two names of these. He said, Atman, or the Brahman, or the consciousness, real man. You know the word he used, coined, real man. So the Brahman, the Atman, the consciousness, he is, according to Swami Vivekananda, this is the real man. And the Jagat, he is telling apparent man. Looks like that, apparent, but actually it is not. The real man and apparent man. Though it sounds very harsh, but the truth is, this apparent man and animal has no difference. Now is another thing is coming. The apparent man and the animal has no difference. Why? Again they have gone to that discussion. Ahar, Nidra, Bhai, Maitunancha, Samanyametat Pashubhi Naranam. Samanya means same, equal. What is that? One is ahara, eating. All animals, the birds, other creatures, they also feel eating, and nidra, sleeping, bhaya, fear, and the sexual instincts, maitunancha. So all these four are very, very common. So obviously, we are also just like animals, but we are different. Why? Dharmena hina pasuhi samana. Another special thing is there, that's called dharma. What is that? We'll be discussing after some time. Now, this is what it actually happened. Let me see what is the timing?
12 o'clock.
Till 12? Okay. Now we'll have a little bit of question answer in this session also, and then next session 10:30 to 12. So this is where we go, and it says this. So friends, now to just summarizing, the first is happiness. We all want happiness. Why we want happiness? Because our Creator, the source, is happiness. So what is this Creator? Then they say it is the consciousness. How we will know? Then they say three other things. Visheshana, that is asti, bhati, priyam. Existence, knowledge, and priya, bliss. And then what is this thing, all this that we see? We can perceive, we can touch, we can smell, we can see all this, all thing from our five organs. We can understand these external things is nothing. Of course it is, but it is Jagat. What is this Jagat? Two. One is Nema and form, but it is temporary. So, this is one is called Paramarthika, as a permanent, another is called Bhavaharika, that's temporary. Understanding these two, then we go further, and these two again, in the words of Swami Vivekananda, he told, very easy to remember, real man, apparent man. The real man or apparent man, now this apparent man, who is not aware of the consciousness, then what it is? Just like animal, any other creature. And there it says, why you say like this? Because you look at the nature, behavior, same. So when they give a statement, before that they do a lot of research, then only they give. And ahara nidra bhai maitunancha, this, the hunger that is in everything, the sleep in everything, fear in everything. So that is called the commonness, and only dharma. What is that dharma? Leaving that, let us go to this. It says, biologically, a man is an animal with the species, they call it Homo sapiens. And the man's speciality is forebrain, or the neo cerebrum, cerebrum. That is in the medical term. Is more developed than that of the animals. Hence, man is not driven by instincts, where animal is driven by instinct. According to the medical science, man is a sociological driven machine made of complex biochemical molecules. Basing on this, different people judged man in different viewpoint. The Greek philosophers, they call man as rational animal. Aristotle, that's all again the Greek philosopher, he said political animal. See how they say animal. The Greek philosophers, they say rational animal, but Aristotle told it's a political animal. American philosopher Benjamin Franklin, he said the tool-making animal. The human being is nothing but tool-making animal, because the man prepared so many machines, they developed the machines, harnessed the energy like the steam and electricity, etc. So is it. And another person, Mr. E. Cashier, he said symbol-making animal. Why? Because they made the symbols through which they could communicate. What is the symbol? The best symbol according to him is the word, the language. So we can communicate. So human being also animal, but symbol-making animal. And Sigmund Freud, he said sexual animal, and Karl Marx told social animal. So all these people, all through, in different ages, different times, they are addressing the human being nothing more than animal. Look at it. Now it goes to the Vedanta. And here it says, and we'll come afterwards to different, the critically analyzing the behavior and the thought process of human being, the Hindu rishis of the old discovered that there are two types of forces pulling human to two different directions. What are the forces? Pravritti marga, nivritti marga. In Sanskrit they call pravritti means desire, the way, the path that goes along with the desire, pravritti. Nivritti means without desire. If you don't have the desire, the wishes, the cravings, in Hindi they call it chahat, and the Buddhism they call tanha, and English they call desire. And all these things, that is driving that people all the time, guiding the people, forcing the people, that's called pravritti marga. Just opposite, don't want anything, that's called nivritti marga. One monk was sitting and by the side of a river, on the bank of a river. Then king was passing, he saw the man, the Swami, the sannyasi, and he was impressed. He came and then he gave him a very costly two bangles. He took it out from his hands and gave it to the Swami, sannyasi. He told, this is very, very costly. You must keep it carefully. He didn't notice. He left it over there. Accidentally, the one bangle rolled and went to the water in that river. Then after some time, when the king was coming back, he came and he saw that only one bangle is left over there. Where is the second one? He asked. Then the Swami took the second one and threw it in the water and told, it is there. The first one rolled and second one he threw. Why? No demand. I don't want this thing. The people are craving to get some recognition in the society. In the India, the highest recognition in the government they give, and that is called Bharat Ratna. It's the jewel of India, Bharat Ratna. Indians, millions, they're craving mad to get that. Very few are chosen for that. Obviously, you should be very, very excellent in your own field, then only your contribution should be great, then only you will be given that. In every country, in every society, the system is there to encourage people to be good. Now the same was Indira Gandhi. She was highly influenced by Swami Ranganathananda ji. And you all know Swami Ranganathananda ji is a great speaker and afterwards became the president, etc. She told Swamiji, we like to give you this. Then he refused, Ranganathananda ji. Why you know? He said, see, you are giving that, I have to use always, I have to write in front of my name. But that I cannot do. Swami Ranganathananda, this name has been given to me by my guru. I cannot keep anything in front of that name, because that will be an insult to my guru. So I won't. Then again, I cannot keep that word Bharat Ratna at the back of my name. That will be insult to my motherland. So I don't want it. Where I will mention, you are giving the Bharat Ratna, I have to mention it every time. The doctor and these and that, the so Bharat Ratna, where I will write in my name, not in the front, not in the back. So naturally, I don't want it. So that is called Pravritti marga, nivritti marga. Pravritti means they are going towards some desire. Nivritti, exactly opposite, without desire. So when you become free from the desire, what happened? Shankaracharya said, that is called dharma. The special quality which makes the difference between human and animal. That's called dharma. You cannot simply translate it as religion. There's a sort of a quality. That quality of discrimination and dispassion. And that is called dharma. Here, the dharma means discrimination, vichara and dispassion. As I told the story of one unknown monk who threw those bangles because he knew that I am not going to use it. What I am going to do with this? And another Swami of the very modern time, he never accepted because what I am going to do with that? So obviously, this is very, very important, and it says, dharmena hina pashubhi samana. If this is not there, then you are very common, equal with animals. Because you are having other four qualities, which each and every animals, insects, right from insects, everything are having the same thing. Ahara, nidra, bhaya, maitunancha. Yes.
Excuse me, Maharaj. Are you saying the word dharma as in the same dharma, artha, kama?
See, the word dharma, yes. The word dharma has been used in many, many different meanings. When you say dharma, artha, kama, moksha, that particular word, the dharma, has been used to mention, to make it understand your own responsibility. That's called dharma. When you're a student, your dharma is to learn. The chhatranam adhyayanam tapa. Adhyayan is going on learning, accumulating knowledge. That is his dharma. The king has some responsibility. That is his dharma. The military people, they have some responsibility. That is their dharma. And the businessman who is selling things, he has his dharma. So each and every one is having the responsibility in the society, and that is called dharma. Here the dharma means, dharmena hina, is the first is your consciousness discrimination power, and you are giving it up. So that consciously you are discriminating. What is good for me as a human being? What should I do? So these are the discriminative faculty. And at the same time, you have the dispassion. Only discrimination won't help, but the dispassion is also necessary. So discrimination and dispassion, when you are having that, then only you are different than the animals. The four qualities are common, and this special quality, that has not been identified or noticed by many of the so-called very qualified philosophers and great people. That's why constantly they are using the word animal. This animal, that animal, that animal. I was giving the list. So this is the now attraction towards worldly enjoyment is natural. So provision has been given. In our society, they knew, you cannot simply say, oh no, as a small young man, another boy or a girl, they want to play. No, you should not. You see what is there in the game, what is there to play, why you should mix with your friends, why you should not do that. No, that is the time they always do like that. One, that mother, they are very much concerned that the proper tradition and high moral values should be given to the children so that they inculcate. So one lady invited me and told Swamiji, please come and teach us meditation. I told, okay. But instead, that meditation that we will begin, but let us first read a passages and few things from the Bhagavad Gita. I told, okay. When I went, I found that almost the 10, 12 small babies, they are sitting like this and looking at me. I told, do you mean that we means these children? Yes, Swamiji, right from the beginning they should learn meditation. They should, and you, my God. Then they were sitting, then I told, you please come, all the parents, come and sit at least at the back. Then I was talking about the teachers, the guru, the preceptor. Where from you will learn this spirituality? You have to learn from a person who is practicing it. If you have to learn the medicine, you have to go and join yourself in the medical college. If you go to an engineering college, you cannot learn the medicine. But it's a particular. Like to learn spirituality, you must go and learn it from a person who is practicing spirituality. So the guru, so I told guru means teachers. Immediately the small little boy was sitting there. He told, and what? He raised a hand. I said, what? I have two teachers. And he was thinking about his own school. I told, oh, you have two teachers? Good. And he was very satisfied. He jumped up and he ran. And all other kids also followed. I was free. So they started shouting, playing. And I told that lady, don't ever pressure on them. You follow this. Suppose the mother is quietly sitting and meditating, the children, they will come, they will see, sometimes they will try to push you and make you. But if you are constantly meditating, that will impress their mind. And someday they will also try to imitate you. That will it go. So you cannot change the nature. Nature has something, step by step you have to go. Forcefully if you like to try, it will break. Suddenly, there's no question they came. The other day one lady came and told, I heard that you teach meditation, and not to all. Sometimes some people when they come, they are very much interested. Can I learn meditation from you right now? And she came all the way driving. She was not having the dress also you have to sit down. So I told, not now, not today, some other day. Okay, I will see some other place. Just going on purchasing meditation. They're going to different shops. I said, sure, please go. So like that, without having any idea what is meditation, what is concentration, why I am going to do, what benefit I am going to have. No, just a thought. That name that occurred and it came. So here, one is pravritti lakshana, another is nivritti lakshana. What is the pravritti lakshana? Artha and kama. The four, the purusharthas, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. That is why Swami Vivekananda said, addressing India, is a holy land, punya bhumi. Why all these thoughts developed over there. Not because he was born over there, but because that particular land, they developed all these wonderful ideas. And in one place he asked, shall India die? Because different type of political and social movements were going on at that time. So people were thinking what is going to happen. The society was changing, culture was changing. Vivekananda asked that question, shall India die? Then he gave the answer, in that case, all the spirituality, all the great ideas that the human society has developed,